recovery for 15 years.
Right.
Now what? And then becoming a certified peer recovery specialist, working in psych hospitals. I was running the community center downtown. I helped so many people on these streets get clean. I would have huge outreaches at the train station, food, clothes, Narcan, needle exchange. Like, I was up here, I was the face of recovery. I was being paid on Facebook to speak. I was doing conferences.
You're like an activist. Hell no. Oh, this whole thing is demonic. You can feel it when you come into the inner city.
The darkness. Like I see people take hits, or I see people do drugs, and I was just sharing with somebody the other day, bro, I've seen some shit.
I bet you did.
I've seen eyes turn black. I've seen people speak Latin. I've seen people say specifically shit to me. Whoa! Make my hair stand up. I had somebody the other day. This was crazy. He was like straight normal, and then he got high, and he ran to like this bodega, and he was doing this number thing, and he was speaking in a different language, out of nowhere, speaking in a different language, and then he was saying these dates and these numbers, and he kept saying it and saying it and saying it, and the whole store came over to him, and it was up. I took off. I was like, my ex is clean.
Okay.
So he's been seeing the kids.
Nice.
I hate that. No, I hate that.
Why?
Because I don't know. He just really judges me.
Wow. He's judging you.
Yeah. And like I was the type that was like buying him groceries. Even my boyfriend was like putting $20 under his mat for him.
What?
Calling me while he was still sick. All fucking doing shit for him. Dropping the kids off when I shouldn't have been. Because they love him.
Right.
Making sure he had food for them. I couldn't even get $1. He won't even talk to me. Straight up judging.
And he was an addict.
He is an addict.
Oh, he still is an addict.
He's an addict. You're always gonna be an addict. You're always an addict. We never recover. We never recover, Eric. Look, I mean, almost 20 years, and it took one thought. I'm one thought away from getting better. I'm one thought away from using. Any day. Any moment, you know what I mean? So anybody that's like, I'm recovering, no, you're not. Because we still have that population control.
You said it.
It is flooding our borders, and our government, I don't care. Our government is allowing a certain amount. There are times that the shit is all one way, and then the next week, how the whole city got a certain kind of drug. Like you can tell when it's cut with something. Right. Why everybody got that?
I don't know.
Where's it coming from?
I don't know. I know, but
you know what I'm saying? I cooked this at home. No, you didn't.
Nope.
Because it's all the same.
Yep.
It's all the same. And when this shit hit, it was like 2008, 2007. That's when I got clean. I remember it was called White House, and I got it right down there on alley. And back then, when we were like regular heroin addicts and regular crack addicts, we'd be like, oh, that's bad dope, stay away from it. People would start dying from it.
Right.
Now, honey, people dying, I want that. It's cool.
What?
Yes, it's crazy.
This is crazy, man. This is crazy.
Crazy.
Y'all, welcome to JerseyzConcrete. Please hit that subscribe button. Please comment. Please like. And hit that notification bell right there on the subscribe button. Thank you guys for everything. Please support the channel. Hit the Cash App. Listen, it helps the channel out a lot. So, thank you again, guys. Alright, guys, we in Trenton still. And today, we on Broad Street. And we have... Hello.
Extra.
Hey, extra.
If I'm too much, go find less because she's out there.
Okay, I love your energy.
Thank you.
Where you from, extra?
I am from Trenton, New Jersey.
Oh, you are?
Born and raised.
Ah, okay. How old are you?
37.
37? Okay, nice.
Just turned 37.
When?
On March 9th.
Oh, March 18th.
Pisces?
Yeah.
Listen. And my daughter also is I had her on my birthday.
Oh, really?
The best gift that no man can give you.
Right.
God gave me that gift. Yeah.
Right.
So And actually, March 9th, 1997, Biggie died.
Right,
So I taught her about Biggie, and we ripped Biggie on that day.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, she thinks every thick black man is Biggie.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she just turned 9. So
Oh wow.
her name is Chosen.
Chosen, really? That's a full name.
Chosen Hope.
Wow,
Yeah.
really nice.
Yeah,
Shout out to Chosen. So you from Trenton? You had your mom and your dad in your life?
Yes, my mom and my dad are in my life. They divorced when I was 5. And my brother was sent to live with his father. That was extremely hard for me.
I bet.
A lot of abandonment stuff, because I woke up one day and I just didn't have a family. I don't remember them actually having the conversation with me at 5.
Really?
So I was with my mom for a little bit. My mother has bipolar and borderline personality disorder.
Lord, you probably should have went with your dad too.
So my dad actually took me from her through the course when I was 7.
Okay.
And my daddy raised me. And my
Nice.
father is actually a functioning alcoholic.
Oh man.
I know he's not gonna like that, but so that was tough because when you grow up, I'm a certified peer recovery specialist.
Okay.
And when you grow up in an alcoholic home, now my dad was not drinking every day. But when he did, he'd throw back a 12-pack and go to work and put the suit on. He was very financially stable.
Nice.
Daddy had money.
Right.
Not able to meet the emotional needs.
Yeah.
But definitely showed me love through, money.
Finance, yeah.
Buying stuff. Yeah, so when I did my love languages, there's 5 love languages.
Okay.
My first one is spending money, buying gifts.
Okay.
And then my second one is spending time.
Right.
So we blame daddy for that. Because, but it's not just money, it's stuff that if I have a conversation with you and you remember that I said, oh, I really like that, things like that, remembering meaningful things.
Right. He would do that.
Yeah, well, my dad, he put me in all kinds of activities.
Nice.
Sent me to the best camps, bought me the best clothes. But I was really just left alone. I was a girl.
Yeah.
And you learn to walk on eggshells when you live in an alcoholic home.
Yeah.
So when they are cooking, when they're on their stuff, you're not sure whether you spill that glass of milk if you're gonna get scolded or if it's gonna be okay.
Right.
So you learn to kind of chameleon.
Yeah.
And I remember really being depressed at a very young age, like 7. Going in my room and just crying and kind of self-mutilating.
Yeah.
Because I think he really didn't know how to deal with the emotions of a girl growing up and my hormones. Right. He would just send me to my room.
Right.
And I would go in there. I remember just kind of pinching myself and pulling my hair, because I didn't know how to actually process any of that. And I really don't know where the hell my mom was. I don't know where she was. I know he kept me from her a lot.
Right.
A lot of police. There was a lot of police going on. I remember my childhood, in my mind, all I can remember is red and blue lights. I was sent to when they were together. Domestic violence is not always physical. Right. But I remember getting sent to the neighbors a lot in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And mom or dad was not there after that, so
yikes.
Yeah.
So it was like a mutual toxicity between your mom and your dad, or was it like your mom going through her bipolar situation, mental disorder?
I don't really know. I don't really remember my mother when I was young, but I know they both had a terrible habit of speaking bad about each other.
Yeah, that's not good.
At a young age, and even now at 37 years old, I was involved in the middle of an adult war where I shouldn't actually be.
Yeah, I agree.
And so at a young age, and then when I was in my teenage years, I learned to pit one against each other.
Right,
I learned to manipulate. Because if one spoke on the other one, if I didn't like what was going on at that house, I would just go to that one.
Right.
And my dad had a terrible habit of just sending me to my mother's.
Yeah.
And I learned to again manipulate.
Right.
And it was very painful. It was very, very painful. And even now, there's a lot going on between them. There's restraining orders and stuff. It's been 30 years.
Wow, a battle.
It's been like 30 years since they've been together. And I'm at the point right now where I said, you know, I told my mother, I said, you know what, you should have been on birth control. Because I did not ask to be here.
Right.
And my dad has really told me, like, because I'm an addict,
right.
You know, I didn't choose to be an addict. My brain is just that, you know, I have a disease, you know, and so I said to him, like, I didn't choose her, like you chose her, you should have wrapped up. You chose her, you chose to impregnate her. I didn't ask to be here, but I'm still being punished for each other, and that's very, very hard. Right now, I really don't have either of them. My mother is that borderline personality disorder cannot be treated with medication.
Right.
The bipolar can. She's in and out of mental hospitals. I was her POA for a while. It's really been a situation where I have had to be her mother. But when she's out, she's always trying to, you know, right now, man, it's like, I want my mom so bad. I want a mommy so bad. And she reels me in. She knows how to reel me in. She knows how to gain my trust. You know, she'll be that comforting mother. And then as soon as she gets me, you know, she'll break me.
Right.
You know, she has a vendetta against my dad.
Right.
She's called, you know, she wants my children. My brother has not spoken to her in probably 15 years. She's just, loves calling cops. Loves calling cops.
Lord.
Loves being in court. Always trying to sue somebody.
She sounds like she a mess.
She's a
hot mess.
She's a mess.
But,
sorry, I don't know what we're
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, so basically, this is kind of why I do this too, because I know that most of the people that's out here is because of their upbringing. Yeah. It's because of the parents.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't like to hear that, because I harp on the parents a lot and the decisions that they make at a, you know, in the beginning of parenthood, and I don't think co-parenting is the best neither, but it's hard to hear this, because now it's like you kind of said what I thought. You didn't ask to be here, and to me, I think you feel like your upbringing is the reason why you're here. You're outside.
Yeah. I remember, like, I consider myself to be skin thirsty.
Okay.
And that's a phrase that I've kind of made up myself, and somebody else had told me that.
Explain it.
I crave affection. I crave touch. And so what happened was, around like 10 years, I remember being with my dad, and my dad would, you know, sleep at night early, and I would watch, like, you know, Are You Afraid of the Dark stuff.
Right.
And I was scared, so I remember him laying on the couch on his belly, and either he was drunk and passed out, or he was just tired from working. He's a very hard-working man, definitely a provider. Right. God bless him, you know. My dad was on his own at 15. So when I think, and my mother has, you know, been with abuse, also abuse with my dad. My dad had gone through abuse, and broken home and stuff like that. And then my mom also came from parents who were mentally ill as well, and there was a lot of abuse there. Right. So people can't give you what they never had. Exactly. There's not a manual to being a parent. You know what I mean? So like they could, now that I'm 37 and I'm educated, I think about, like, damn, like, my dad's really 15. My father is mentally 15, like, you know, not like he's 15, but like, how the hell is he gonna give me something where, like, he did not have a home? So he tried to do the best that he could, especially with a girl. How the hell a man who was on his own at 15 is gonna raise a girl? Right. With no, you know, he had girlfriends and shit, but not many. Right. They were very, very good to me, but when there was a woman in the picture, I was on the back burner. Right. That was hard, man. So at 10 years old, I started to change. I started to develop. Right. And my father told me I could no longer lay on top of him. My daddy would lay on the couch on his belly, and I would lay on top of him. Right. And he told me I couldn't. And, like, I think about, I've been married twice. My last husband, I actually was at a domestic violence shelter. I left him after 6 years. The cycle.
The cycle continues.
The cycle continues. Man, I try to say it ends with me, but damn, man, it's like, I'm craving what I know. Unfortunately, subconsciously, I'm still kind of repeating history. Right. But I remember that, and when I see my ex-husband, and I see him with his daughter, she's in her 20s. She's still sitting on daddy's lap. And I needed my daddy. I needed my daddy to still hold me. Right. You know, but at 10, he was like, you can't. Because, like, he wanted to be appropriate. I don't know if anything ever happened to him, But he was very protective of me physically. I didn't go outside. I wasn't left with nobody. So he was very protective. So I don't know if there was any molestation in his life, but I then sought out boys at 12. I was starting to become sexually active. Yeah. And then, you know, the little and you know, grabbing your bra strap in middle school and grabbing your butt. You got your thong hanging out and shit. You know what I mean? Hiding clothes in the bag because you wanted that attention. Yeah. So when I say skin thirsty, I wanted touch, and unfortunately, touch with young boys who don't understand what the ramifications are of dealing with a young girl. You know, in the heart and the emotional shit that comes with that.
Exactly.
I every single male that I have been with has put their hands on me. Wow. Physically.
Right.
I've been hit by every single male, and I have been cheated on by every single one. And I don't know what that comes from, but I'm definitely attracted to toxic relationships. Right. And it's sad because in the beginning it's like, as long as they're nice to me, and they hold me, you know what I mean? Like just dumb like that. I know that little Emily, I've been through counseling since I was 7 years old. Little Emily, they've told me that I have to hold her. She's in me. Little Emily's broken. That little girl is still in me. I'm 37, and I know I'm very whiny. I'm very, you know, I need my way. I want to be taken care of. Right. You know, and I've had to be the man. I've had to be the man in my life. I've had to be very masculine. And unfortunately, that sucks. It does. You know, it sucks because I'm a believer in God. And God did not create me to be that. And I wish to be gentle. I wish to be submissive. But unfortunately, when you're with a male that is not treating you in that way and is not holding their role, then you have to be the male, the mommy and the daddy. You have to be the male, and you have to be hard. But really, man, like
you have to really find your inner femininity. You have to find ways and be around people that's also feminine, so you kind of get that.
Right. But then the problem is that if I'm attracted to the wrong type of people, and I'm vulnerable in that way, and I open up and I give people access. If they're not the right people.
I know.
Right. So it's like I know how to. But I'm doing it with the wrong ones. And then I'm getting hurt. You know?
But once you change yourself, you will start attracting masculine men. Because being that you are masculine, you're going to attract emotional, abusive guys because they're feminine mentally. They don't know how to speak to women. They don't know how to.
I would love to be with a male that knows how to hold me down. We know what that means, you know, in the streets. To hold me down, like hold me down emotionally, hold me down financially. You know, my ex-husband, he I didn't have to work for 6 years. I was a med tech. I was in all the assisted livings in Mercer County. I was in the nursing homes and loved what I did. But you know, nursing, man, they whoop you up. My feet hurt, my body hurt. You know, but I miss my patience, but I don't miss the long hours and such. But I bought my first house when I was 22. You know, I really have had to reinvent myself many times. And I didn't have to work. For 6 years. And I lived in Pennsylvania. I call it God's country because I literally had one neighbor, no sidewalks. I would come out in the morning and it would just be hills. And it was so beautiful. And I had my daughter, but it was very, very lonely, but he was abusive. And I was alienated from everybody. And I couldn't wear lipstick, and I couldn't wear shorts, and I couldn't wear tank tops, and I had to keep my head down. I couldn't speak to men, you know. But I thank him for those 6 years that I didn't have to work, you know what I'm saying? Because I believe that even if you don't want to work, if you do want to work, you have the ability where you're with a man who says, you know what, babe, you stay home with the kids, raise them babies, you know. And I thank God for that. Even though that was extremely hard for me, I was grateful for those 6 years because now being a single mom, so hard, man.
I bet.
You know.
And your daughter, is she with you now, or what's the
I have a daughter and a son. My daughter is Chosen Hope, and my son is Noble Rain. He is 6. And she's 9. I just lost custody of them.
They with their father?
No, thank God. He's actually an addict.
Man.
I left him husband, that's the one that I was married to. I left him and I went into domestic violence shelter, and I left him. I had nothing. I had a penny. Wiped my bank account. Left with just our clothes. Left everything.
Wow.
Beautiful, beautiful townhouse. Again, didn't have to work. Was just, I took care of the home, took care of my kids, and I got a job. I did my thing again, and I had 15 years clean. And he kept overdosing, man, and I was the safe parent. So Dyfus was in the picture. More than I would like to admit, and it's so embarrassing because that's not what I come from.
Right.
I come from safe, like real stable shit.
Right.
Regardless that my dad was what he was, that's not, I wasn't in the system.
Right.
So I was always dealing with that, and this last time, I let them go with him. And he was clean for about a month. He just was in Puerto Rico. My kids are Puerto Rican.
Okay.
He's 20 years older than me too.
Oh wow.
But, and that was another thing. Daddy issues.
Right.
The first husband I was with for like a year. He was actually this is funny. He was a dope dealer, and we was around here in South Trenton. And I met him, and I was clean. And then I was still during the day.
Oh God.
And he would go to work. And what's up, baby? He would go landscaping. I was today.
Oh.
And then he would come home at night and he would hustle. And I didn't have no kids. I was early.
Yeah.
But I was newly clean and I didn't use.
Wow.
I like the money, I guess. Smoke weed and drink.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was crazy. So he was a dope dealer, and then
God.
he turned into he started using dope.
Oh man.
So when I first saw him nodding, I was like, oh shit.
Oh man.
I said, this, I knew, that was sad. So I divorced him after almost like a year or so. Very heavy in church. God was my recovery. I was in ministry. I was a worship leader, teaching discipleship prayer. But after divorcing this last one, unfortunately, the interpretation of that man has had of the Bible is said, and I don't believe this because I don't like religion. I believe in relationship with God. They explained to me that unfortunately he would have had to divorce me, or I would have been adulterous for the rest of my life. And I didn't have any rights because he didn't have anybody else. It didn't matter that he was beating me. It didn't matter that he was using drugs. It didn't matter that I could lose my kids. I was supposed to stay married to him until he was ready to divorce me. And I was like, F that. So unfortunately, I was stripped. And then when that happened, church hurt is very real. And completely lost myself, my identity, everything. That was my recovery, right?
Right.
So almost 7 days a week. I mean, I was doing everything. My kids were in charge. It was a beautiful, beautiful thing. And then you got nothing.
Right. So when was the decline? When did everything?
When it happened, right there.
That's when it happened. Okay.
Right there, baby. Because if that was the basis of my recovery for 15 years,
right.
Now what? And then becoming a certified peer recovery specialist, working in psych hospitals. I was running the community center downtown. I helped so many people on these streets get clean. I would have huge outreaches at the train station, food, clothes, Narcan, needle exchange. I was up here. I was the face of recovery.
What?
I was being paid on Facebook to speak. I was doing conferences.
Wow, you're like an activist.
Listen to
like
this.
A local activist.
I launched a global coaching services called Living Proof Coaching Services during COVID. Because when COVID hit, all the meetings shut down. Now, I'm not a Narcotic Anonymous or Alcoholics Anonymous participant, but of course I refer to that because that's the first thing you should try. You should try that. So all that shut down, and they reminded me of when I was in church, when I was stripped of that. Now what?
Right.
Because addicts need community. We need to be able to relate to each other. So I launched a global coaching service, which was so dope because I was coaching all around the world.
Wow.
And I did it during COVID, right? So, damn, right?
That's crazy.
And I'm out here
So when did you?
What it's like to be out here with people that I've helped?
Right. What is that like? You help these people get up, you talk to them, they know your face.
It's sad. I was so. And I want people to know this, right? Because I know there's a lot of people that are really, really. I was up here, and unfortunately, the recovery community, it's Villa Gossip. And what was it gonna be like for me to be like, oh, she wanna get high, you know what I mean? But I look up to her like shit, you know? And I was like so high up there, like I didn't want to tell nobody. And unfortunately, like, you have to tell on yourself. I always say that you get honest with yourself, with others, and with God. And that's when you really, like, you know what I'm saying? You're able to get better. You're able to, like, find the right path. Or you're able to kind of, like, tell on yourself.
Right.
There were people I could have told. It was my pride. Like, I was embarrassed that, unfortunately, like, with addicts, like, I had already relapsed in my mind. We relapsed here first.
Right.
And we're already planning that shit out. And then when something happens, boom. I was referring to when I let them go to the hotel with him. Remember I said,
yeah,
30 days? Okay, well, back to that. I got ADHD. I got ADHD.
It's okay, it's okay.
Eric hanging with me, thank you. I bounce around. But I had a lot of guilt. I let them go to a hotel, and I don't know what it took, but my babies witnessed him falling on the floor, and they were pounding on his chest and jumping on him. And then, like, you never want your kids to do the emergency plan. I was very proud of my daughter. She took her brother. She went out into the hallway, and she started knocking on doors. She told me that people closed the door in her face. And that kills me because this motherfucker dying. Somebody could have killed and abducted my children. I would have never found them. But I'm so grateful that a woman, I don't know what her name was, but she took him in and they called me and stuff. Wow. And my boyfriend at the time had told me, like, I have never really been the same since then. Because I have PTSD and my kids have PTSD now, you know what I mean? And like it's hard because I have a hard time regulating my emotions. And I got two little mini-me's that can't regulate their emotions. And there were times that, like, I would just completely, I don't know what the word is, disassociate. Right. I wouldn't really be able to parent them. Right. You know, and I would go through spirals of depression and shit like that and not really know why. Yeah. Yes, I lost I relapsed about a year ago. Wow. And I'm struggling.
You've been out here. You've been out here ever since from a year ago.
No. I've been in and out of rehab. I kicked my dope habit.
Okay,
Thank God, about a couple weeks ago.
Nice.
I'm on Suboxone.
Okay.
But I'm still struggling, you know, with some other things.
Right.
And off and on. Right. You know. But yeah, and I'm trying really hard. My dad has them.
Oh, nice. I mean, I think so. I mean, that's a good. I mean, they might not get the affection,
I'm gonna tell
but
you, right? And I don't know, y'all could think I'm crazy or not. Conspiracy theory, but I believe that there's kickbacks going on with DYFS, man. Because the minute that they found out, they wanted to put my kids in foster care. And when I tell you she wanted to put my kids in foster care, I mean, she was pushing to put them in foster care. Why would you do that? Right. When I got a mom, a dad, I got a brother, I got family, I got his family. He got a huge family. Wow. So like, hey, we know, and you know what I'm saying? Like, all central.
Exactly.
How many people in foster care? I don't know none that haven't been considered.
Right, me neither.
So like, why would you do that?
Exactly.
My father still has money. My dad said he's gonna fight me tooth and nail.
He's gonna fight you tooth and nail, what, to keep your kids?
Baby back. Yep.
I mean, you have to get yourself.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I don't blame him.
At the end of the day.
Yeah. Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I see them and I'm just like, damn, man, like, they're so beautiful. My kids, they're so beautiful.
I bet.
Like when I tell you.
So, all right, but now you repeat the cycle, and you have to hope that your children don't. So you have to get yourself clean again.
I educate them now. They know.
Right.
They know what it is. And I believe and I pray and I know that, like, it stops with them. Even though they come from two addicts, I know and believe that it stops with them because I'm honest with them. Right. They know now. You know, like, she's like, Mommy, you're addicted. Because I take my kids out with me and do outreach.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Nice.
I let them give money to the people, I let them give, we give shoes.
Feed them food and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
And they're young. And I tell them why they're out there.
Right.
You know, and they're educated in school about alcoholism and stuff. And
nice. But they're still going to need you because just like you miss your mom, she misses you too.
And it sucks because, when I tell you, she's like, Mommy, I miss,
she didn't ask to be here neither. Just like you questioned it too.
I've missed a lot. I missed this whole school year. You know, when I tell you I'm a bomb ass mom.
I bet you are. Yeah, I believe it.
Shoot.
It's okay.
Shoot up that loud.
It's okay.
I'm a really good mother.
I know you are. But right now, you're not. I know.
And it's just, I just don't know. I can't say I don't know how I got here, but it's just like,
wow.
I need to learn to live again.
Yeah.
I need to learn how to do all that again. It's just like, what? You know? I never really said that, like, that addiction was a disease, you know? I don't know what I was saying. It was a disorder, you know? Christianity would be like, oh, you know, you don't have a disease, and claim this and claim that, you know, whatever. But, like, at this point, I really know that, like, there's something definitely wrong and different with my brain.
Yeah, I think it's all mental, too. I think it's all mental.
And I'm bipolar.
And upbringing.
Bipolar type 2. I have the PTSD. Man. I have depression. I have ADHD. I have anxiety. And, you know, I'm a multiple sexual assault survivor because you have to remember I was on the street when I was 19 years old.
Wow.
I was out here at 19. And then
in Trenton in the streets.
Yes,
yeah.
So, like, you know, being out here with people, I break hearts. I break hearts. People that have relapsed or people that are doing well. So like, hey man, I looked up to you.
Yeah.
What you doing out here? And it's like, you know, we know different.
Right.
We're no different. And I just, you know, for people that are watching this, like, it doesn't matter how long you have, how many years you have. I've realized that people have said to me, oh, well, you have 15 years. You know what to do. You could do it again. You can get that back. You know what? First of all, the programs that are out there will tell you gotta start over. You only got 24 hours day one. No one can never take away my 15 years. Right. You know, and I never counted time. Mm-hmm. But what I know is that I don't want who I was in those 15 years because there's something missing. Mm-hmm. I wasn't doing something right. Right. You know, there must have been some shit that was really like masked. I don't know. As much as I would say authenticity and transparency is like, you know, people me because of that. Because I'll say what you're thinking, and I'm brave enough with no filter. Right. You know, and that's why people really like, yo, she the realest. You know, and I thrive on that. But there has to have been something that I haven't worked out because why am I here again? You know, if I really used, I remember coming home and telling my boyfriend. He was already using dope, and I was clean, and I was trying to help him. Like, you know, they say is if you don't help them, you gonna wind up rocking with them. Pretty much, you know what I'm saying? And I never wanted to do that. I'm too cute for that. And you can see my skin, like, still, you know, the fentanyl and everything. I was a heroin addict.
Right.
I was a heroin and crack addict. This shit.
This some new stuff.
Drank.
I heard a train.
Like, it's crazy.
Just the worst time to be out here right now.
When I first started, I remember coming home and telling him, listen, I'm gonna use, and either you're gonna stay or you're not, you know, the masculinity. Mm-hmm. You know, this, I don't care, you stay or go, I'm gonna do me. Mm-hmm. And I wish that he would have sounded an alarm, and he did. Wow. He just got high with me, and I had the kids, you know. Damn. Yeah, and it doesn't matter how much time you have or whatever. Like, really, we only have right now. We have this moment, and you know, let your pride get in the way. Like, I could have gotten help. You know what I'm saying? Still would have said, you know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah, you know, like, it's an everyday thing. I choose now. Like, I have the choice. I'm on Suboxone, so like the other that I'm doing, I don't have to do. Right. You know what I mean? Let's ring off that. Whatever else you're doing, and just still on Suboxone right now. Yeah, and you know what? Definitely, like, I support harm reduction. I support, you know, medication, assisted treatment. That's what I'm on. Well, at this point, we're losing so many people. That's another thing. I was running nonprofits. I was doing all these different things, and I was losing so many people. I bet. And that was hard. Every day was trauma. Every day was trauma. I'm coaching you. Right. And you know what I mean? I was so invested, and I'm an empath, so I soak everything up like a sponge, you know? And the next day, you're going.
Wow.
You know, and that was really hard, and you get desensitized to it.
Right.
And that's up.
Do you think once you get clean again, kind of remove yourself from the whole drug thing? Don't even try to like just completely.
I don't know who I am anymore.
Yeah, just
I don't know.
remove yourself from all.
Yo, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Be a mom. That's it. I mean, it might sound boring to some people, but be a mom.
I'm at the point where I'm like, I almost am thinking like I might just work at Dollar General.
Do it.
No, you know, like,
I mean, yeah.
like, I'm so used to just like proving myself and being the bomb and being like number one.
Man.
Like, I'm a thriver, you know, and not like on some like prideful shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's just who I am. It's how I get. You know what I mean? It's like
right.
I'm just that. I'm that big. You know,
right.
you can tell my personality and all that. Mm-hmm. And I'm contagious.
Right.
But I feel like I wanna be under the radar.
Yeah, I think you might need to. At least for a good few
years.
People
to me like my dad don't want me in none of that.
Right,
He don't want me in none of it. And it's almost like I don't know not how to.
Right,
But at this point, like, what the was I
you're gonna have
I was helping people, but like, was I really? Like in my mind, I'm like, what the was I really doing?
Right.
Was I fronting?
I don't know. That's a good question. That's a good question.
I helped a lot of people.
Yeah.
I helped a lot of people, but like I don't know. Was I? I don't know. I don't know. That's a really big question, but yeah, I'm not interested in any of that right now because I just.
Yeah, I think you can just get off whatever you get off everything. I don't want to be
here.
Yeah, don't want to be here.
I don't even want to be here, and like I loved being here.
I know.
It was a beautiful thing to have 15 years and to walk down these streets and be like, yeah, I don't need this shit. Blah, blah, blah. I'm too cute, blah, 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 and all that. And I'm like, yeah, nah.
And you back out
I'm like
here.
everybody else, you know, but yeah, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. I don't even know what that even looks like. But my ex is actually clean. How it go? My ex is clean.
Okay.
So
wow,
he's been seeing the kids.
Nice.
I hate that shit. No, I hate that shit.
Why?
Because you know, I don't know. He just really judges me.
Wow.
He judges
He's
me.
judging you.
Yeah. And like I was the type that was like buying him groceries. You know, even my boyfriend was like putting $20 under his mat for him.
What?
Calling me while he was still sick. Always doing shit for him. Dropping the kids off when I shouldn't have been. Because they love him.
Right.
Making sure he had food for them. I couldn't even get $1. He won't even talk to me. Straight up judging.
And he was an addict.
He is an addict.
Oh, he still is an addict.
He's an addict. You're always gonna be an addict. You're always an addict. We never recover. We never recover, Eric. Look, I mean, almost 20 years, and it took one thought.
One thought.
I'm one thought away from getting better. I'm one thought away from using. Any day, any moment. You know what I mean? So anybody that's like, I'm recovered, you're not, because we still have that
in your head. Still
actually, the way I look at it like this is I'm a very visual person. I have a monster inside me that if I starve, it hibernates. The minute you give it crow, the minute you feed that monster, fucking rap.
It's a wrap.
You better tell somebody. You better tell somebody. You better get your support system ready to go
before you pull that trigger.
Because the more that you feed it, the bigger it gets, and then it's unquenchable. And it's It just takes over. It takes over, and then you're where I'm at. I had a 2022 Hyundai Tucson. You know what that's like for me? I was living on the street, filthy in a bandos. Sound body, fucking disgusting. You know what I mean? Dirty. You're just living to use. You know, and I owned my house. I was renting it out. I had so much money. 2022 Hyundai. August 31st, I'm driving down the street and somebody smacks into me, you know, and I believe that right now God, I don't know if y'all know the story of Job, but like at this point, like he has given the enemy, which is the devil, you know, however you want to look at darkness, he has given him the okay to strip me. Because I have to be humbled and remember that he has given me everything. He has blessed me with everything, and I don't know who the think I am, but I really took everything for granted. Yeah. My house, I'm losing my house. I lost my kids. I don't have a phone. I don't have no money. I have no money. I used everything up. And last thing was the car, and that's gone. And all I have is the breath in my lungs and free will to make the choice. You know what I'm saying?
So, are you? Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. Will you see it?
I'm good.
Will you see yourself in the next 3 months, 2 months?
I'm thinking about going to sober living because I need accountability.
You do.
And I need to learn how to live again.
Right.
I know I said that, but like literally when you're only using every penny to get high, like it's like, you know, I don't know, it's like to get up at 6:30 and bathe my kids and get their clothes out and be that, you know.
Right.
When you have 2 kids and you're a single mother, that's a lot.
It's a lot.
You know, and now I gotta find out how I'm gonna house them.
Right.
And get a car again. Like, it's so much that I try not to even think about it because it almost feels impossible, but nothing's impossible.
Definitely not.
Especially with God, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like when you make room, that's also a thing. Or you have a spiritual deficit. You know, you have an emptiness inside you that you fill with sex and food or drugs or whatever the your vices, and I believe very much so that it is a spiritual deficit. However that looks, the universe, God, whatever your
beliefs are,
your power, your higher powers, you have to have some type of spirituality.
I agree.
Because we're not enough. What the
I agree.
We're not God.
Definitely
we're not. You know what I mean? Because we don't give or take life. Like, we don't. You know what I mean? We don't. We can't. And once that's taken care of. Because I went through a faith after 15 rehabs when I was young. I went through a year-long faith-based program.
Okay.
And that's when I got it.
Okay.
That's when I got it. When I learned to, submit.
Right.
To something else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where every day I'm bowing to something else to say, give me the power, give me the will. And then you start seeing different things in your life. And you're like, that's God. That's God. You know what I mean?
You got to find that again.
Right.
You got to find that again.
That peace that passes all understanding, that joy. You know, you can't get that in drugs.
No, hell no. This whole thing is demonic. You can feel it when you come into the inner city.
The darkness, like I see people take hits or I see people do drugs, and I was just sharing with somebody the other day, bro, I've seen some shit.
I bet you did.
I've seen eyes turn black. I've seen people speak Latin. I've seen people say specifically shit to me. Woo! Make my hair stand up. You know, I had somebody the other day, this was crazy. He was like straight normal, and then he got high, and he ran to like this bodega, and he was doing this number thing, and he was speaking a different language, out of nowhere, speaking a different language, and then he was saying these dates and these numbers, and he kept saying it and saying it and saying it, and the whole store came over to him, and it was. I took off. I was like, you know, but I also feel that that shit's drawn to me. Because I have the light, and I have the spirit in me, it's always around me, you know? And unfortunately, it's like a moth to a flame.
Right.
You know, that darkness, the people that are the sickest, they're drawn to that. They want deliverance. You know, they don't want that. You know,
right.
This shit's bad. And it's crazy because like, you see Kensington.
Oh, yeah.
How the are they all doing the same thing? They're doing the drug. And they don't fall down.
Nope.
They go all the way backwards, they all the way forward. They do the same shit. That is spiritual.
Man,
that is spiritual. That's why I pray.
In the government.
I pray every day, honey. This is what do you call it? How y'all doing?
How you doing?
What's up, baby? This is everybody know. Hey.
I seen her earlier.
Population control.
You said it.
It is flooding our borders and our government. I don't care. Our government is allowing a certain amount. There are times that the shit is all one way, and then the next week, how the whole city got a certain kind of drug? Like you can tell when it's cut with something.
Right.
Why everybody got that?
I don't know.
Where's it coming from?
I don't know. I know, but
you know what I'm saying? I cooked this at home.
Nope.
Because it's all the same.
Yep.
It's all the same. And when this shit hit, It was like 2008, 2007. That's when I got clean. I remember it was called White House, and I got a breakdown there. And back then, when we were like regular heroin addicts and regular addicts, we'd be like, "Oh, that's bad dope. Stay away from it." People would start dying from it.
Right
now, honey. Oh, people dying. I want that. It's cool.
What?
Yes, it's crazy.
This is crazy, man. This is crazy.
Crazy, yeah. I mean, like, I've really seen wild stuff. It's sad, man.
It's sad.
It's just sad. But you know.
But you still have hope, I believe. I mean, you still have your, you still have your
breathing,
parents.
Honey, we breathing.
Exactly.
As long as I'm breathing, my heart's beating.
I don't think it's too late for you. You still have your look. You're not looking crazy like a lot of people.
Right? No, I wasn't looking crazy. You caught me on a good day, boo boo.
Okay.
I may not have done this a couple months ago. I was like,
damn.
Yeah, I'm like, right now I'm like 150. I just got out of rehab, so I went in 125. I gained 20 pounds in 8 days.
Wow.
I love food. But that's another thing too, like, you know, we substitute one for the other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if I'm not doing it, I'm eating. Or, you know, another thing, like, there's been times in my life where, like, again, we have to find out what that void is, because like I was having a tough time with sex. I was having a tough time with men. You know what I'm saying? Like being that dude and saying like, oh, y'all can all sleep around, y'all can all do, but when women do it, we're hoes. You know, I was using men and I was breaking hearts and I was doing all that, you know what I'm saying? And getting some kind of validation from it, feeling some type of empowerment, and that's not it either.
Nope, sure ain't.
That ain't either.
That sure ain't.
You know, so
you definitely got to get yourself clean again and start to like tap into your femininity again. And get around positive people.
Really, I gotta love myself.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And that's not in a relationship.
Definitely not.
I don't need a relationship for a minute. I just broke up with my boyfriend like a couple weeks ago because that's the one I told you. Like I felt like he should have sounded the alarm and he didn't.
Right.
Yeah, I mean so.
So you have any words for your kids you want to give them, just in case you see this video one day?
I hope they don't see this video, but if they do see this video, Mommy loves you so much. And they're my reason. They've always been my reason. And I had a really weak moment. And I should have chose them, and I didn't. And I was driven by pain, and it's not their fault. And I'm going to get them back. I'm going to get them back.
You will.
They're my reason. Because you know what, for real, like I can't find a reason in me right now. I can't. Not for me. Not for me. It really isn't. To be honest with you, without God and without, you know, that, there is no goodness in us. There's not.
You don't think so?
No, I don't. No. There's no, only God is only good. We're wicked. We're wicked. We are wicked. We have to really, you know, unless we're like, you know, I don't know. I believe that. There's no goodness in us. But,
What about the people that looked up to you doing your whole, I wouldn't want to say activist role, when you was actually getting a lot of people clean and healthy? When they see this video, you want to say anything to them?
Just, you know, don't look up to nobody.
Right, I agree.
I never did. People be like, who do you look up to? Who's your idol? I never had an idol. Because they up. No matter what you look like, no matter how much money you got, no matter what you're doing, no matter how great you look, no matter what you think, they got perfect lives. At the end of the day, they put their head on their pillow, and we are all up, and we all have our issues. We all are in pain, no matter how we're covering it up. Believe me, nobody's perfect. Don't look at anyone's life and think I want that. Don't. Because you may not even find out that what they're going through is way worse than what you got going on. Focus on yourself. Find yourself. And so there's so many of us dealing with identity crisis. Identity crisis. Don't try to be like anybody else.
I agree.
And you know what? Open yourself up to different opportunities and try different things and find out what's good for you, man. Like,
I agree.
There's not one way to recover. There is not one way to recover. Find what works for you. Find what brings you peace. Find what makes you happy, and do that. And keep doing that. And be consistent. And when you're weak, tell on yourself. Because if you don't, I mean, in the first month that I relapsed, I died 3 times.
3 times. But you still here.
And there are days where I'm like, well, I wish.
Nah, don't say, nah.
But
you're here.
I have to believe that I have a bigger purpose. I have a purpose, you know? And I don't know what that is, you know, but
you're gonna figure it out.
I know that I'm a dope ass soul, like I know I am.
You definitely are.
Walking by, what's up, E? No, it's funny because I was out here with my friend the other day, man. And it was like the whole city was out, and people were beeping and shit, and like people fuck with me. You know what I mean? On a really down to earth level.
I can see that.
I'm a really like lovable good person. I am.
I know you are.
You gotta be careful with that, though.
I know.
You gotta be careful who you let in your life.
Exactly.
You gotta be careful. There's not a lot. I don't have friends. The friend thing, you know what I'm saying? I got associates. Be careful. Be careful who you let have access to your life. Be careful who you open up to. It's hard to trust people these days. You got one good person in your life. You don't need 10. You don't need 5. Get 1. Get 1. You know what I mean? And you know what? If you get hurt, all right, f it. You know, I always say this. If you do me dirty, that's on you. And I got rid of you for free. If you steal money from me or something like that, I got rid of you for $5.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Keep it pumping, keep it moving. There's so many people in this world that like need to see you and hear you and meet you, and like we're so focused on like we're like this. You know what I'm saying? We gotta broaden our our vision, man. Like there's so much to see and do. You know, we get caught up in relationship or man or
right.
For real, man. Like we really be on some really fucking depressive shit.
Exactly.
And I'm a very emotional person. Pisces, you know, baby. We are passionate.
Yes.
We are passionate. You know, people be like, why are you so angry? I'm not angry. I'm just passionate. I'm loud and whatever I dig. You know, and I always like, you know, spread whatever I'm talking about, like what I'm talking about here, you know. Find what you love. I don't know. Like, there's so much to see in this world, and like, you're worth it. You know, you're worthy to be loved. Yeah, I want people to know that, man.
Right.
And if you're still here, you have a reason to be here. You have a purpose. I don't know what that is. You might not know what that is. But like, if we're still here, like, obviously, people don't know. You know.
You're still here, and you're still here for a reason. You died 3 times, but you're still kicking. The demon hasn't gotten you yet.
Nah, it's not gonna.
It's on your back, but it hasn't gotten you yet.
Yeah.
You still here.
Yeah.
So you gotta fight back. It's all mentally. It's all mental. Okay? And you got a friend with me now. Alright? I'm a real friend, alright?
Yep, and I'm a couple of dollars richer.
Give me a hug. Give me a hug.
Oh, I need it now. I know you don't want to hear that, but at least learn that trick, you know?